Good morning, everyone. Welcome to my channel. So, today's topic is majorities. So, let's see. First, I want to tell you how does a bill become an act? What is the use of majority? What is a majority? How where we use it? Okay. So, let's see what is a bill? How does it become an act? Why do we call it as a bill and why we call it as an act when it is called as a bill? Okay, bill is any decision or any change, any idea that you want to bring in into the society. Either you want to change the constitution, either you want to change any law or any decisions you want to bring, any something which is new you want to bring, that is written in a draft, and it is presented to the parliament as in the form of a bill. So that is bill. Okay, so if it is presented in the parliament has two houses, Lok Sabha and Rajya Sabha. It can be presented in either house of the parliament. That also depends on with what type of bill it is. We have different types of bills, like we have money bill, we have ordinary bill, we have constitutional amendment bill. So according to that, there are some rules, regulations where you can introduce those bills, right? Some bills can only be introduced in Lok Sabha, some bills can only be introduced in Rajya Sabha. We have different types of decisions that needs to be taken by both uh, either house of the parliament. So according to the type of the bill, it is introduced in and also the strategic decision of the parliament according to the majority. And what is this majority? I will tell you. Okay, it is introduced in either house of the parliament. Okay, so if it is introduced in Lok Sabha, then it will be passed to the Rajya Sabha. Okay, and the debates, discussion in both the houses will happen. Debates on every decisions, every provision of that bill will be happening, and they'll debate, they'll discuss, and finally it is put to vote whether this bill will be approved by the house or not. Okay, that is voting will happen. There are different types of votings, different types of, that is only majorities. Okay, one type of majority is like more than 50% should approve that bill, then only it will become an act, then only it will be passed by the house. There are different types of majorities that we have, that we give to decisions. Okay, so it will be passed by one house by voting, it will go to another house, same procedure will happen, debates, discussion, votings will happen. If it is approved, then it will go to the president for his approval. Okay, president should give his approval, president should give his assent. So here when it is passed by both the houses, the same version of the bill should be passed by both the houses. Okay, same version means the provisions should be exactly same. The provisions, the every point should be agreed by both the house. There can't be any changes. Okay, so both the house should agree on the same version of that bill, and it should be passed to the president, and when he give an assent, it becomes an act. Okay, before introducing or introducing while introducing the bill, while introducing in the house, it is bill. If it is passed and if it is given assent by the president, it is called as an act. Okay, this act will be notified by the government through the gazette notification, and then it come into force. It's not like today I have passed that act, that tomorrow onwards that act will be in force. Okay, because the government needs some time for preparing that agency for that change and all, so it needs some time for that also. So it will notify it whenever the government agencies are prepared, and then it come into force. Okay, this is how a bill becomes an act. So in this voting, whatever voting happens in these houses, that is dependent on this majorities. Okay, different types of majorities we have, I'll tell you. Okay, how that votings will happen and all. And this majority depend on different types of membership. We have different types of membership. First membership, I'll tell you the maximum possible membership. This is given in the Constitution of India. For Lok Sabha, it is 550. For Rajya Sabha, it is 250. This is the maximum seats that are available in the Lok Sabha. It can't be more than this right now. Okay, they can be changed. Actually, they brought this change also. They were increasing it to 800. This one also they were increasing, but it didn't pass because of the north-south divide that we have. Okay, this is maximum possible membership. Now, what is total membership? Total membership is the assigned seats. That is actually how many seats are allocated in the parliament. This is the assigned seats, how many seats are allocated. Okay, in Lok Sabha it is 543, in Rajya Sabha it is 245, and this one is given in a parliamentary law. It is not given in constitution, it is given in parliamentary law, that is Representation of People's Act. Okay, in that it's given. It is 543 for Lok Sabha, 245 for the Rajya Sabha. Let's see next one. What is this membership? That is effective membership. Okay, one more fact that I want to tell you, that is before it was actually 552. Two members were nominated, that nominated by the president, that is they are from Anglo-Indian community. That is basically the descendant of European settlers in India. Either European settlers, like either they have married to an Indian, or they decided to settle in India after independence. So to represent those people, we have given these 2 seats for them in the parliament. But right now, after 2019, it is being removed. Because there are no Anglo community right now in India, so that's being removed, and it's given to 550 now. Before it was 552, now it is 550. Okay, let's go for the effective membership. What is effective membership? Effective membership is also called as then membership of the house. Then membership of the house, that is basically total membership minus vacancy. Vacancy can happen either through death or resignation or removal. This is all called as casual vacancy. Or can be tenure is finished, tenure is completed. Okay, end of the tenure, 6 years in the Rajya Sabha, right, 5 years in Lok Sabha. That also can happen. Okay, that is effective membership or then membership of the house. This wording is important, then membership of the house. So this will happen periodically. Okay, and this change will happen through parliamentary law, and this change will happen to constitutional amendment bill. Okay, this can be changed through constitutional amendment bill, this can be changed with the ordinary law or parliamentary law, and this changes periodically. Okay, because death won't happen daily, right? Periodically it happens, and resignations also. Okay, this is the membership. One more membership is there, like see, not every person who is present there will not participate in the every decision, every matter, right? Some people are not willing to vote. You should give them also that thing, right? So that's why another one is present and voting. In this membership, we remove who are absent on that day, who are abstaining means who are present but not willing to vote, okay, on that matter. That also will remove, and the vacancies also will remove. So from total membership, we'll remove all these 3, and then it becomes present and voting. So this one is effective membership. You can write this like effective membership minus absent, who are absent and who are abstaining from voting. Okay, that is present and voting. So to pass different laws, we need different percentage, we need different number of people to support that. Okay, support of a percentage of people who are present and voting in the house. So this is the thing. Okay, these are different types of membership. So for every decisions, we require different percentage of people voting. We need different percentage of people support that decision. So that's why we have different types of majorities. First, let's see what is this simple majority. This is mostly, it is for ordinary laws, for most of the decisions we use this simple majority. What is this simple majority? Let's see. That is majority of members present and voting. Okay, majority of members present and voting. If a bill is being introduced, half of the people, more than 50% of people should approve that bill, should support that bill, then only it will be passed by that house. So that is majority of members present and voting. What is present and voting? This membership will take. We'll remove who are absent, who are abstaining from voting, who are vacant. Okay, these all will remove. What is the membership? Let's see. Here I have given one example. Like we have 543 members, right? I'll remove who are vacant, who are absent, who are refraining from voting. All this thing if I remove, it becomes 510. That is majority of the members present and voting. Simple majority is basically that. So 50% of 510 is 255 actually, right? But more than 50% it said. So plus 1 you have to do. So it is 256 members should support that bill. Then only it will be passed by the house. Okay. If a law has to be passed by a house, it has to be supported by majority of members present and voting. Okay, for constitutional amendment bill, you require different kind of support. For money bill, you require different kind of support. For removing a vice president or for removing a deputy speaker or speaker, you need a different kind of support, right? These all decisions, these all resolutions requires different kind of support. So that's why we have different types of majorities. Okay, so yeah, so let's see, this is majority of members present and voting. Next one is this absolute majority. What is this absolute majority? That is majority of total membership, that is more than 50%. Whenever this majority word comes, it is always more than 50%. 50%, majority itself means 50%. Majority of total membership. What is total membership? That is assigned seats, allocated seats. That is 543 in the Lok Sabha and Rajya Sabha we have 245. Majority means 50%, more than 50%. That is 272. This is actually 271. 50% is 271. Plus 1 you will do 272. This is the magic number that is required by the parties to form a government in center. Right, this is the magic number 272. This majority is used at only one purpose, that is to form a government, at center or state. Okay, this is the magic number that you require. This is absolute majority, majority of total membership of the house. Okay, we have done with simple majority, absolute majority. Let's go for effective majority. What is effective majority? So I have not told you where it is being used, right? Simple majority is like, it's also called as functional majority because most of the functions of the parliament is performed by this majority only. Okay, so that's why this is also called as functional majority. So, and this absolute majority, it has only one use, that is to form a government either at the center or state. Okay, at both you need that type of majority. Let's see effective majority. Effective majority is all, see these majorities what I told na, simple majority, absolute majority, effective majority, these are not written in the constitution. Constitution has a different wording. I will show you that. That's why I have pasted this constitution wordings here. It's not written effective majority. See, effective majority will depend on effective membership. So how it is written, see, for the removal of president, for the removal of vice president, not president. President has a different majority that is required. Removal of vice president, it requires a majority of all the then members of the council. Council means council of states. Then members of the house. You require majority of then members. What is then members? I told you effective membership is also called as then membership of the house. Then membership means you have to remove the vacant seats from the total membership. So total membership minus vacant seats. Then you will get the then membership. Okay, then membership. Majority of then members means You need approval of majority of then membership of house for certain decisions, right? For removal of vice president. So let's see. So if at all, I have written here, right? I have written example 540 is the then membership, like, because I have removed the vacant seats. So 540, half of 540 or more than 50%, right? 540 half is 270 plus 1, that is 271. 270 members, 271 approval of these 271 members is required to remove the vice president. Okay, this membership is required. Okay, and then that, let's see, and what is written after that? And agreed to by the House of People. This is very important. See, in Council of States it has said this majority of then membership of the House is required, but in House of People it didn't say any majority, it just said agreed to. What does that mean? What is why it is said agreed to? It didn't say any majority, right? Whatever we have discussed till now, it didn't tell you any majority. Neither it told majority of members present and voting, neither it told majority of total membership, because I told you this simple majority, absolute majority, effective majority, these words are not written in constitution, right? So what is this agreed to by House of the People? How they will agree? What numbers they do require? What approval? How many members should agree? How will you decide that? Because constitution has not provided you any things, right? It has not given any wording how much percentage should be there, majority, nothing. It has mentioned, just it told agreed. Then how will you take it? See, when it I'll tell you this. When the constitution tell agreed, when the constitution does not mention any majority, we have to assume it as simple majority. Okay, for removal of vice president, you required the majority of then membership of the Council of States, and then you require a simple majority of House of People. In Rajya Sabha, that is Council of States, you require effective majority. In Lok Sabha, that is House of People, you require simple majority. Okay, so that is the difference. If constitution does not mention any majority, you have to take it as simple majority. Okay, that is the one thing that I wanted to tell. Yes, so 3 we have discussed. Let's discuss one more thing, that is special majority. I also want to show where effective majority is being used. Shall I show you right now? Okay, see, one thing that we have seen is that removal of vice president, that is in Article 67 clause B. You have seen this. One more thing that I want to tell is 90 clause C. One more thing that I want to tell is 90 clause C. See, you have seen 67 clause B, that is removal of vice president. Another one is 90 clause C, that is removal of deputy chairman. Okay, for that also we need effective majority. And one more thing is 94 clause C, that is removal of speaker and deputy speaker. These two we'll see in the constitution how they have written, either they have written this effective majority or not, or they have written this then members. Okay, let's see 90 clause C, right? Here, see this one. Vacation on resignation and removal from the office of deputy chairman. Okay, how does that? Okay, may be removed from his office by a resolution of council passed by a majority of all the then members of the council. Council means Rajya Sabha, then members. How do you remove deputy chairman? By effective majority. One more is 94. That is removal of speaker or deputy speaker. How will you remove? Your resolution must be passed. Resolution means decision. Okay, decision of the House of People passed by a majority of all the then members of the House. So for removal of speaker and deputy speaker, for removal of deputy chairman, for removal of vice president. So for removal of vice president and deputy chairman in the Rajya Sabha, you required then membership. And for removal of speaker and deputy speaker, you required this effective majority in House of People. House of People means Lok Sabha. Okay, so this is the thing. In which houses you require also you need to remember. For right now, you just understand what is the effective majority. I have shown you the wordings of the constitution. It's very important that you understand the wordings of the constitution. Okay, so I've shown you that example also. And wait 1 minute, I have one more. Okay, here. Okay, fine. Let's see the next one. Next one is special majority. What is a special majority? In special majority, you know now that special majority, as special majority, it's not written in constitution. What is that wording? Let's read. Okay, for amending the constitution, you require special majority, and for other purposes also, like for removing a judge, Supreme Court judge, High Court judge, you need a special majority. So let's see what is the wording. So here you have, before that only I'll tell you, here you have two conditions. That two condition needs to be satisfied. What are the two conditions? I'll tell you. The first condition is majority of total membership of the house and majority of not less than 2/3 of members present and voting. These are two conditions. Majority of total membership of the house, and the second condition is majority of not less than 2/3 of the members present and voting. This exact wording is written in the constitution, which I have highlighted here. See, by a majority of total membership of the house, and when you say and, both the conditions should be satisfied. By a majority of not less than 2/3 of members of that house present and voting. There are two conditions, one condition and two condition. Okay, first condition, see, majority of total membership of the house. What is the total membership of the house? That is, for Lok Sabha it is 543, for Rajya Sabha it is 245. So majority, when it say majority, what is that meaning? When it says majority, it's always meant more than 50%. Okay, more than 50%, how you'll say? First you require 50% plus 1. Okay, so that is 272 and 123. This number is fixed. This is condition number 1. This is condition number 1. Okay, this is condition number 1. This is condition number 2. So these numbers are fixed. This number, the condition number 2, that is majority of not less than. Not less than means at least. Not less than and at least. At least 2/3 of members present and voting. This is the condition number 2. That is at least 2/3 of members present and voting. 2/3 of members present and voting. Who are present? Present and voting, you know now. What you'll remove from effective membership? You'll remove who are absent and who are abstaining, who are not voting in that matter. You'll remove those and you'll get present and voting. So for suppose you have 480 and 300 at that particular day, people who are present and voting in the Lok Sabha is 480, in Rajya Sabha is 300, and you get 2/3 of it is 320 and 200. See, if that number is less than this 272, and in case of Rajya Sabha 123, this number is less, it will not be passed, because you have to satisfy both the condition. This is the minimum number that you require, 272, and in Rajya Sabha it is 123. That is the minimum number. Maximum number will vary here. So it will vary from 272 to 362. Minimum number is 272 in the Lok Sabha. You require that number. Without that number, you can't go. Okay? That will not be passed. So this one, you there for various purposes we use. First one is, I'll say, for removal of Supreme Court and High Court judge, you require this number. Second one is removal of CAG. Third one is removal of Chief Election Commissioner, you require this. Okay, This majority is required because it is difficult majority. If you compare with simple majority, absolute, effective, these are difficult to achieve. And see, for Supreme Court and High Court judge, we have given this majority because see, for the maintaining the independence of judiciary, for protecting that, you're making that process difficult to maintain the independence of judiciary, because they'll always be in fear. If we take any decision against the government, they'll remove us, right? So that's why the constitution makers have made this process very difficult, so that the government will not be like that, the institution will not be in fear, right? They can make right decisions. So that is special majority. Next one, let's see what is another one. So this one, 2/3 of total membership of the house. 2/3 of total membership. See, for this you don't have any name, so it is like majority of not less than 2/3 of total membership of the house. This is used for removal of, for impeachment. We use the word impeachment for president, for removal and impeachment of president. Okay, 2/3 of total membership of that house. I'll show you one example. That is this one. See, 362, 164. These are the highest numbers for any major. Like if you compare all the majorities, this is the highest number you require, because they made this process more and more difficult, extremely difficult. They made it. Okay, and this is the number you require: 362 and 164. 2/3 of total membership. Okay, not less than is like at least. One more majority, when you say not less than, na, it's like equals to also will come, more than can come, less than will not come. Okay, when you say majority, like majority of this one, that is more than 50%. When you say not less than, at least, that word is also mean at least. At least means equals to also will come, less than will not come, more than will come. Okay, that is the thing. And at least 2/3 or not less than 2/3 is same. Okay, let's go for another one, the last one. Let's see the last one. Okay, I have told you the examples, right? Supreme Court and High Court judge. It is present in 124 clause 4 may it is present. Shall I show you? Okay, I'll show you that one. The wordings. Yeah, removal of judge. So this is 124 clause 4. See, a judge of the Supreme Court shall not be removed from his office except by an order of the President passed after an address by each House of Parliament, supported by a majority of total membership of that House and by a majority of not less than 2/3 of members of that House present and voting. Okay, this is the wording, exact wording. Okay, let's see the another one. This is done. Let's see last one. Last one is 2/3 of members present and voting. This is the majority present under 249. Let's see afterwards what is 249. But this you should remember: 2/3 of members present and voting, not total membership. Present and voting. 2/3 of members present and voting. Okay, this is another. Okay, that's it. This is the thing. Okay, wait 1 minute. This in here, by not less than 2/3 of members. By not less than 2/3 of members. That is, so equals to will come, more than will come. Okay, at least. When it comes not less than, at least you can consider. Okay, that's it. This is the thing. And then I want to show you my notes. Like I have made this notes in one page. I have written all the examples. I'll show you this notes. See, first one is the membership. I have written what it is in the Lok Sabha and Rajya Sabha. What are those numbers I have written here. And then I have written types of majorities based on those membership. Okay, I have written. And what is the wording in the constitution also I have written. And what are the examples? Where do we use? Let's see. For absolute majority, I told you, to form a government, either in state or center, we use absolute majority. For effective majority, Removal of vice president, in which house we use? In Council of States, in Rajya Sabha we use. And for removal of speaker and deputy speaker, in which house we use effective majority? That is Lok Sabha. And removal of deputy chairman, in which house? In Council of States. See, for removal of vice president in House of People in Lok Sabha, we don't use effective majority, we use simple majority. And I told you what is written, agreed by. It's not written in constitution also, it's not written which majority. So we'll take simple majority, we'll not take effective majority. Okay, this houses I have not written, I have not specified it, but you need to remember, like removal of speaker and deputy speaker, where you have speaker and deputy speaker, in House of People only you have, that will read it afterwards. So in House of People only you will use effective majority. And removal of deputy chairman, chairmans are in Rajya Sabha, there also you will use that. Okay, simple majority, it's also called as functional majority, because majority of the functions in the parliament is passed by this majority. So this majority, simple majority. So what is the wording? Majority of members present and voting. I have written here what is the exact sentence that is used in constitution also. So for ordinary bill, for money bill, for financial bill, we use this. For election of speaker, deputy speaker, we use this. For financial emergency, see, we have three types of emergency, right? One is national emergency, financial emergency, president rule. For president rule and financial emergency, we use simple majority. But for national emergency, we use special majority. Why that? I'll explain you in the emergency chapter. Okay, these are the use cases. For special majority, this is the difficult process, we made the process very difficult. So to amend the Constitution of India, we need special majority. For removal of judges of Supreme Court and High Court, we need special majority. Removal of CAG, Chief Election Commissioner, we require this. And for approval of national emergency, see, national emergency requires special majority, but financial emergency and president will require simple majority. Okay, for abolition and creation of legislative councils, like the second house of the states. Only few states have two houses, majority of the states have only one house. For abolition and for creation of that, we require special majority. And the last one is 2/3 of total membership, that is the highest numbers that we require. This is the most difficult one, that is president removal. Till now no president is being removed, okay, in India. So that is president impeachment. We don't use the word removal, we use the word impeachment. Okay, in constitution we use the word impeachment. Another one more I told is, that is majority under article 249, right? That is 2/3 of members present and voting. Okay, that is one more thing that I have not written here. Okay, those some 7 types of majorities that we have. Okay, these are my notes. I have written it in one page completely. Here also I have written how a bill becomes an act. Okay, and this is the examples, this is the majorities, types of majorities, and the what it is written in constitution also, how it is written in constitution. See, the two conditions also I have written, C1 and C2, condition 1, condition 2, and I have written here some examples with numbers also I have written. Okay, so that it becomes clear whenever I revise it. So that's it, this is the thing. Okay, these are my notes, and that's it. Yeah, this is the majority lecture. Thank you everyone.